Morning, guys. Well, I'm going to work in the shop today because, man, what is with the weather this year? May 21st, 22nd, whatever it is. I woke up to 2 inches of snow, and I realize other places are getting more snow, but that's a lot of extra snow for the end of May around here. Although our last frost was July 4th last year. Anyhow, I decided to work on these ferrules or thimbles. We got the one entry and then two other ones. And I'm going to let them down and run a pin through them. These ones are silver, and I had to solder. They were banged out of a flat piece of metal, flat piece of silver. So I had to solder the ends together. And I just did it with soft solder because once this little groove is made there and a pin is put in there, it's not going to go anywhere. So that's what I'm going to work on today, and then I might work on the nose cap. And the other thing I got to do is this toe piece here. So I'm going to fiddle with things a little bit today. You got to make sure it's low enough. Or I really had some time with this. And we can sand this stick down a little, but you got to make sure that that stick is lined up as you work your way out with these. This one went really deep, but I'm going to take quite a bit off of this line here. So the other thing is, after we get these together, these things are way too big. I've taken an 1/8 of an inch off of it. Because as you start going down in there, you're going to get close to that barrel channel. You only have 1/4 of an inch there. So I got to be careful right there. And I may file a little bit more off of this. These are pretty much the same as inletting those tenons. Except once you get it down to where it hits the edge here, I gotta make it a little bit wider where that fits down. And my ramrod's going through there tight, but that's all finished work. We're finished taking down the ramrod a little, and we'll take down a little wood in there. I'm working on the nose cap here, and I've marked it right there, and I cut down, and of course I cut it quite a little bit short. Cut down, and I knocked off those two big corners. Yeah, a lot of wood's coming off of this, and then we'll up it onto here, and then this is going to come way down. So this is just a matter of getting it close to my pencil mark, and then start sliding it on, and till it fits. And then these were originally drilled through from under the barrel and countersunk and screwed into this, and then it was peened over and it was kind of a rivet. So that's probably how we'll put that on. So we're just going to get it. Oh, good morning, guys. Yesterday I got that nose cap fitted, so this morning I gotta work the stock down and feather it out to the nose cap, and then we're gonna do the toe plate. So as soon as the shop warms up, we'll get to work. So it's nice and cold and windy, and looks like it's either gonna rain and snow again this morning. And I mean, we're coming up on June, and I know the rest of the country is kind of getting some of this effect too, floods and rain and snow. And some of them are getting it worse than us. But it's kind of like the kids starving in China. I take another bite of food, they don't feel any better. Well, it's kind of the same thing here. Just because they got it worse doesn't make my weather feel any better for me. So as I shape this, I have to be careful because we're gonna run this edge down so that it's 50% of the ramrod exposed. So it has to come down quite a bit, so I'm starting that, and I'm trying to feather it into the oval shape of the nose cap, and I've got it marked. And I want to get it to where it feathers right down to that nose cap. And I want to start this shape that's going to carry all the way out to the end of the stalk. So I want to get it to a pretty good, so I've got this almost finished, down to a rough finish. And what I mean by a rough finish is my shape, and whenever I start up here, I keep track of what's in front of me, because everything is going to be changing when it gets to another point. And so I like to get a rough finish, and that just means that I'm going to have to do a little more sanding and stuff. But my angles and everything are going towards where I want to go. And I've got this pretty good right down to here. And we're going to change this lock plate. I'm going to change this. This is going to have a smaller lock plate face on it, and it might have some decoration in there. So I'm going to get the barrel back in here, and we'll see what we're doing. The wood down to where I got just a little under half of the barrel sticking up. Probably more will come off on the fine finish. This is finished out to where the wiping stick will be about halfway in the groove. And I like to take the wiping stick groove part, I like to take that down to an edge. And this edge, I like to bring it up, and there's a flat on the top of the wood that's the length of the barrel, and I try to make it an even flat all the way down so it doesn't. So anyway, we're going to trudge on next time. It's just piddly stuff now. We got to put the toe plate on, we got to finish up this lock plate, do a little bit of inletting, and put the patchbox on. So it's just piddly stuff from now on, and all of it is geared towards finish. Anyway, I'll see you on the next one. Dave Morelli here. See ya.